Welcome to Noob School, turn 27. Rufus the Turkey has claimed the throne of knowledge in the name of Unstoppable. So that's my first throne, I believe. Some arcane probing, some giant serpent summoning, found a crystal garden in Koromu. More arcane probing. Don't really have a use for my astral pulse yet, so I might as well make that investment. Giant serpent, more arcane probing. Arcane probing underwater, found some shimmering cones. Site searching, and we found an Isle of Ice here. I'll probably get back to that one because it's very good to have. Proclamation from Scalaria. Biggest Diggest Secundus, the commander, shall hereby be known as the prophet. So he lost his prophet and made a new one. 12 blood slaves. A unit died on the march, and there was a battle in Arcatus. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so he's going in this formation again, and I have one province defense. Then there's a battle in Doven. This is Suleiman raiding again. I think this is because of experience. Let's see, yeah. So he got his 4th experience star. This puts him at 22 hit points. Now he has a regeneration of 3. Immortals are pretty nice to have. And there's an other battle in Uruk where Uruk tries to do another breakout. Let's have a look. So, weird animals run forward. Moss body, temper flash. Does he have? Yeah, this time he gets the moss body off on his pretender. Very good. Well, he did multiple moss bodies to ensure that it doesn't go on a sheep again. The animals commit suicide, the magi run away. I think he has this, but let's have a look. Of course, nets are not gonna do anything against this size 6 pretender. He has plenty of regeneration, I think. Ooh, wow. That's like 37 points of regeneration. He has resistance to everything, a protection of 25. Yeah, he's not gonna care. Meanwhile, this magi tried to cast slime on him. Don't think that's gonna help. I mean, I think slime, what does slime even do? It lowers your stats a bit. Right, so it would lower his defense, make him a little easier to hit, but everything around him is entangled anyway. And even if they start hitting him, they would need to do 37 damage every turn, or he's just going to regenerate through it. Mostly sliming their own people because they're not accurate enough, so yeah, those magi would be much better off casting something else. Also, why do you put fighting gear on a Colossi Weaver? I suspect she picked it up from one of the storm captains. Because otherwise that really doesn't make sense. I think this army is gonna run soon. He is killing them very slowly, but that's actually to his advantage, because every time he kills one, another one jumps in, gets an attack off, and then gets entangled. If he would kill multiple of them, they might actually get a successful attack also. This is actually good for survivability, and all this stuff now runs. He actually wins the fight, and his capital is free again. So Uruk is still in the game. I'm talking to Uruk quite frequently, and Tinchius too, to see if he needs things. But he seems to be perfectly happy to just fight people with his pretender and with thugs. Then there's an event in Good Old Woods. We lose to the minion. Apparently there's a false prophet. I don't think I was even paying attention to this during the game. I don't really mind losing the minion score. Unexpected event in Greendale. A swallow is chasing an eagle. Yeah, this gives you misfortune and unrest. Too bad. A high priest has foreseen a major event. So he has foreseen an arena battle. This would be nice, except for the fact that, for instance, Flagra is in the game and is going to be in any arena battle anyway, so it doesn't matter to me in this situation, but it is a good thing to have fortune tellers if you have a reasonable chance of winning arena battles, because you can forge the items you need in advance, and if you don't know in advance when the arena battle is going to be, you wouldn't be able to do that. Transport is being prepared faster than we're sieging it. That's probably because we're sieging it with almost nothing. And we killed 36 brigands in Mictlan. So that's from all the blood hunting, there's unrest, and then the patrollers kill some population to get rid of the unrest. So, I wanted to have a look at this one. The Isle of Ice. 3 water gems every turn. That's the price of a Jade Serpent every turn. That's very nice. That gave me 50% extra water income just finding that single site. If this wasn't underwater, I would build a fort on top of that. Okay, so Scalaria is not really mounting a counterattack against me. Is what I'm finding out this turn. I was expecting him to try something, but he's not. He's just, all he does is take back this province and nothing else. I am moving a mage here to 85. Let's see which one. I didn't write down where from. Anyway, I'm gonna try to forge an elemental apprentice, because the elemental apprentice will let me cast flaming arrows, and flaming arrows are getting more and more useful now that Scalaria is more and more relying on skeletons, because then we get flaming slingstones and they will do, well, the slingstone damage, which is I think 8, let's see, yeah, so 8 blunt damage, which just damages the skeleton as opposed to an arrow, which gets halved. And then on top of that it does 8 fire damage, which skeletons also don't resist. And I think skeletons have very little hit points, so that's very possible to kill a skeleton in a single arrow that way. Or slingstone in my case. I'm gonna raid here Parts Expanse with Suleiman. As long as he doesn't run into this entire army. Even against this entire army he might stand a chance, because they don't have the most powerful weapons in that army, and I don't think it has a dead mage, but hoping that it doesn't happen, he's going to try to grab the Parts Expanse. There's 2 magic sites in here. That's a pearl and an air gem every turn that I control it, so not bad. And if he runs into something he can beat, he's flying, so as long as they don't kill him in a single hit, he might just flee to one of my neighboring provinces. If I were to attack something that I don't have a connection to, which, to be honest, I control these two, so I could attack this as well, but if I were to besiege this and fail, then he would retreat into enemy territory and he might die. If I attack this and fail, he has a good chance to get away alive. I'm putting all of my forces, concentrating them here. This way, well, if he commits to this, from all my scouts that are everywhere, I can see that he has about 200 troops left. My army should be able to beat 200 troops, although this group should actually be able to beat 200 scalarians, because there's 75 of these jaguar warriors, which are 1 for 1, they can already beat a scalarian. Then there's over 50 eagles, I think about 60 eagles. There's a block of these jade serpents that are gonna have real trouble chopping through, and they're gonna take blood vengeance all the time in return. And then we still have some slingers as line holders, some guys with maces, which are good against skeletons, and also have some javelins, although Roman troops have better javelins, but it's better than nothing. Some decent mage support, which I think he doesn't really have. This guy's, by the way, this is a trick. I'm giving him the fire gems as opposed to a fire mage, so because he can't use them, he won't use up all the fire gems, and then they can be given to him for a later battle for these guys, for instance. So that's a way to carry gems around. So if he picks a fight here, quite confident I'll win, and that will also pretty much win me the war. If he doesn't, I'm just inching ever closer to his capital, and he's gonna lose eventually, because at this point I'm much bigger than he is. Tin Chi tells me that he made peace with Phaecia. So he killed their entire army and their pretender last time, and now Phaecia is willing to sign a peace. And he wanted to vulture 130 and 127 of Scalaria. I agreed, and I told him that he should take this one as well. So he's gonna have these 3 provinces instead of me. I'm doing that on purpose because I don't want to be the biggest player. I've got a whole late game plan with my blood economy. If I manage to get there, I'm gonna be awesome. I don't want attention before I get to that point. So I'm perfectly okay with Scalaria, with Tin Chi taking these 3 provinces of Scalaria. It's a little over 10,000 population that's going to Tin Chi. But it's going to give him a big border. It's going to give him a big border with Flagra instead of me, which I'll be very happy about, because having a border with Flagra on 2 ends, Flagra is already a aggressive and diplomatically unreliable player. I'd rather not bother them at all, but I'm gonna have a border with them on 2 sides. It just fixing things in such a way that's a very narrow border here. And I think Tin Chi is happy to have the land, because he got a single province of Phaecia in the peace deal, so he hasn't really made any gains yet. So I'd say that's a win-win in this situation. I am moving a second Rain Priest to 116. This is going to be my Jade Serpent summoning location for a while. I got a black servant in 90. So here I'm summoning a black servant. I was really tired. I was actually thinking of a revenant, but I had 3 hours of sleep at this point, so I summoned the wrong thing. It's still gonna be useful, but I was wanting to summon a revenant to start doing dark knowledge. I can't afford full recruitment of eagle warriors this turn, so I'm not doing that yet. I'm getting a lore master here, or I'm getting started on a lore master. It's gonna take 4 turns because this fort isn't upgraded yet. I'm getting a crystal mage here. This is gonna take 2 turns because this doesn't have a fort yet either. Wait, is this a... oh yeah, this is a fortification, so this is something Scalaria built. If it was a city palisade, it would actually give me 2 commander points, but this one doesn't. So yeah, it's correct what I said. Crystal Mage here also takes 2 turns because I still need to build a city palisade here. And for research, I am putting Conjuration 4 up. Because I'm starting to think I might need fire elementals if things against Scalaria don't go as well as I hope. Also, Conjuration 5 gives me access to the monster toad. And as I described in the nation analysis, the monster toad is pretty good. It's very good hit points per gem. They're high hit points units, so they don't die as easy. So getting some monster toads might be a good counter to some things I might fight in the future. For forging, the only thing I'm forging is an owl quill. I'm basically preserving my gems, but this is a 3-gem owl quill. I can do that. Alright, that's it for turn 27. See you in turn 28. Welcome to Noob School, turn 28. Research in enchantment is complete, so now we got enchantment 4. That's gives me flaming arrows basically. Twiceborn in case I want to do that. I do have Twiceborn unstoppable at some point because then he can come back as a giant white mage, which could save my life. That's actually my anti-rush plan for this game, but we're a bit beyond that. Cyclops Chieftain has claimed the throne of the First Age for Flagra. I cast Arcane Probing again, but nothing found. Jade Serpent, Arcane Probing, Black Servant, which I was thinking of Revenant. Jade Serpent, a new Magic Site, Moonlit Halls, no Magic Sites, and 10 Blood Slaves. Alright, then there's a Battle in Parks Expanse. This is Suleiman going up against a little bit of Province Defense. Yeah, he's not gonna have a massive problem here. Kills the commander, everything runs. Very standard by this point. If I was Scalaria, I would just put 1 province defense everywhere because this is going to keep happening. Scalaria attacks me in Doven. Let's have a look. So this army keeps moving on. Runs into 1 province defense, yeah. To be expected. Battle in Valadon, where I'm on the attack. Oh yeah, so this is the forest here. This is the whole army going up against a little bit of province defense. The only thing about this, but this is kind of unavoidable, except if I'd done a magic phase attack I suppose, but I don't think I have that capability yet. He now knows my army formation and my scripting and everything. see some bark skin on some of these guys, so now they actually have a decent amount of protection. And then everything just dies to evil warriors. Okay. Let's see, that was Valid done, and then and Int are fighting in Irene. Oh, this is actually Fort Battle. Okay, so this is the Piconian Fort. And he has a giant line of guardians, a line of cavalry, and for some reason he recruited deer tribe archers. I would never recruit deer tribe. Well, don't say never. Dominions is a very complicated game with very unique situations, but generally no. Okay, so these peasants go first. And then these soldiers go second, so the peasants eat the lance charges. He also manages to get some, what's it called? I think you can see it on the defense. Earth grip, apparently. Who's doing that? Oh, he has a lot of these little Biconi scholars with Earth 1 that are all spamming Earth Grip onto the Black Knights. And these are 6 square, so that will get their defense to, I'd say pretty much 0, but apparently 3. But then these little Biconi guys with their, well, let's be charitable, with their short swords. I don't think 11 pierce is gonna get through 26 protection, so yeah. Nice try, good tactic in general, but it doesn't work out. Now, if he had cast body material on them and had some reason, some method of damaging these Black Knights, this might have been a very different story. But it was not. Unexpected event in Leto. Defense -5. In Goskeen we get, let's see, 12, 16, 20, 21 gems. 1,000 people left in Caspian Lagoon. Fort is being repaired faster here. Then a bunch of patrols, and Int has died. That, I think that's the first one to die. Yeah, so Int is the first one out of the game. Which means even if I'm killing Scalaria by myself, I'm not painting a giant target at on my own back as the most aggressive player, because, well, Int's already been murdered by Ulm. Uruk has already been rushed by Phasia here and been stabbed in the back by Flagra. So, if I'm not mistaken, people don't see me as a very aggressive, threatening player at this point, which is exactly what I want, so that's great. Scalaria apparently put most of his long dead, wait, this is, spoilers. No. So I'm moving on top of Scalaria, with basically this entire army. Let's have a look at the scripting. Yeah, put this guy on Phoenix Power Flaming Arrows. Phoenix Power will make him fire 3. Flaming Arrows is a fire 4 spell. But with an extra gem he can cast it, so that gives Flaming Arrows to this entire line, and also javelins from these guys. So that's a lot of fire to drop on the skeletons. I'm gonna raid onto 107 with Suleiman. I'm moving a commander to 91, let's see, here to upgrade the palisades to a fort. So that way we got 2 recruitment points for commanders. I'm moving some Magi to 85 to research there because, well, if you look at them here, it's 4 research. If they're here, it's 7, I think. 8 even, I think. Like this guy has 9. One of them comes from his experience, but apparently this... Oh, I see. So I got this magic skill from Int's Dominion because Int's dead. This magic skill is actually mine. So until my Dominion spreads here and lowers the magic skill again, I actually got a magic skill. So that will turn 4 into 8. So if I take 1 turn to move here with a 7 research mage, and he researches here for 1 turn before the magic skill goes down, that's already break even. So yeah, mage is moving here to research. Team Chi tells me that he's still at construction 2, so he can't sell me the manuals of water breathing yet. I'm already discussing with him my plans to attack Phasia. Because I want Phasia out of the game and I want this island and I definitely want this throne. Because this is the throne of air and it will give me an air shield. Ulm is at construction 6. And he's willing to sell lanterns. He wants blood slaves for the lanterns, which is a little weird, but okay. A little suspicious even. I offered to give him 65 blood slaves for 13 lanterns. This would slow my breaking into blood down significantly, but also would speed my research up significantly. But he hasn't responded yet. I am selling 10 nature gems to Uruk for 500 gold. I think he wants to make more gear for his pretender, and that's fine by me, and 500 gold would be very welcome. I'm switching my research up again. I'm now going alteration 5 first because it looks like I don't need the fire elementals here, and alteration 5 will give me Mother Oak. Already got 72 nature gems, so I could do a good overcast on Mother Oak and get an even bigger nature income going. I am summoning a Revenant now in E90 instead of a Black Servant. That Revenant is going to cast Dark Knowledge for me because dead gems aren't that useful right now, but they will be later in the game. I am also summoning 4 Jade Serpents here. They are basically going to be my underwater fighting force in order to take over this entire lake here. I'm recruiting a High Priest of the Sky. He can hopefully craft me a Gossamer Cloth. I think I can show you it's unstoppable. Let's see, where's Gossamer Cloth? Yeah, this stuff is what I want. It will make the perceived army size 25 units smaller. So I can just put this underwater army in this lake. And it will not be visible to Phasia that it's there. I am fully recruiting eagles again. I got money. I'm getting some siege strength here. Just some warriors, both slingers and naked slingers. So they can add some extra siege strength to my attempts to take Scalaria out of the game as quickly as possible. And I am forging an elemental apprentice in here, Asanon. This will make flaming arrow casting easier. Alright, that's it for turn 28. See you in turn 29.